Hello, Jesse Good here. Today we're taking a look at the LEGO Avengers Infinity War Thanos Ultimate Battle Set with 674 pieces, 3 minifigures, 1 big fig, and it retails for $70 in the United States. Now let's take a look at those minifigures. So we'll start off with the big fig Thanos, and in my opinion this is sort of a letdown. Not only do you have this really weak sword right here, which looks like a butter knife to me, but the choice of these little helmet and shoulder pads as this design for Thanos doesn't really look like the ones from the trailers, which I guess that's okay. But what I don't like especially is that you can't move the arm up because of that shoulder pad. However, what is a new mold is this Infinity Gauntlet right here, which you could swap out with the hand very easily. And you can see that this Infinity Gauntlet actually has space for all 6 of the Infinity Stones, which we'll show in a little bit. But the one they include with this set is the Reality Stone right there, the red one. And here is Thanos with all of the Infinity Gems that are scattered across the different sets. You can see that they have space for each of them, and that's 6 slots altogether. It really does look super complete with it, but as I said earlier, it's hard to get a good pose because the arm could only be lifted this much since that shoulder pad's in the way. So here's Iron Man, and he has these rocket boosters, which are a very crazy build, and they use that same kind of neck attachment that Outriders use. And they have a lot of these blast pieces, which are those plastic pieces that are just additional little add-ons to the set. And you can see that they have one that has a bigger kind of blast to it, and they do give you an extra one of these in the set as well. Once you remove all the add-ons, you can see his printing underneath is the same one from the Sanctum Sanctorum set. But my favorite part will be his face print, which if you remove that little mask right there, you could see that his display is printed on the face, which looks freaking awesome. That's a fantastic print. And if you go to the back, he has a regular facial expression right there, which is a new design, but not really anything too interesting. Here's Star-Lord, and unfortunately they have not updated this design since Aisha's Revenge. This is actually the same exact figure from that $30 set. And that kind of sucks because Star-Lord does have like more facial hair in the new movie, and that takes place 4 years after. So they could have used the one from the Jurassic World 2 sets, but they chose not to, which is kind of a letdown. However, Gamora does have some new printing on the legs and torso that are exclusive to the set. She also has a sword, and you can see her back torso printing, which her facial expression is the same from the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 sets. So moving on to build the set, we have the Guardian ship and then this little Gauntlet Holder. So apparently the ship is not the Milano, and that orange color scheme really sets it apart from other spaceships. So there's a few ways to open the front cockpit, which I like this nice little printed windshield right here, but if you open this up, you can see that there's that way, but also you could move this up, and there's the full kind of pit opening. Now, what's cool about this is that this is actually a little escape vehicle, which if you pull this out and push the ship down, that little escape vehicle fits 2 minifigures, and it has a handlebar and also a place where you could hold some of the katanas in the set at the back. What's interesting is how it connects, which it uses this ball joint right here, but what happens is it actually slides in between those 2 clips, which it just snaps into like this. Moving on from the cockpit, this center area has some stickers right there, and you can see a lot of this orange coloring, and some of the pieces in here are very rare to get in that orange color, like these right here, and also these that carry out onto the wings. And now for those wings, they could actually be moved up and down individually. You can move this one right here and this one right here, which are both on hinges. There's a good wingspan to the set itself, which both of those wings are actually identical on both sides, and the design of this has some little details like the stud shooters right here, which work just as any other stud shooter. And on the bottom, there are some other details, like these little panels, which you could spin around. And these right here, which to me are one of the worst builds of the set. And you may be like, oh, why? Because every time I play around with this one always pops out just like that. Because when you hold on to the ship, it's good to hold it from this bottom centerpiece. And this being on one of these hinge pieces just does not stay on. So it's quite annoying in my opinion. So annoying that I got to cut to put it on. For the back details, there's some little parts like these lights right here, which I like, and these flaps on both sides. And this area is actually some place where you could add that small $20 set. And we'll show that addition later on. But this, if you choose not to add that set, is a little bit of an area that you could put some minifigures in. So you just could put those flaps down, move down the ramp, and you can see that there's enough space to fit a couple of figures. And you can get a better look at that once you remove this top little panel right here, which is very easy to do. Inside, there's some stickered tiles on both sides, as well as a 2x2 jumper and 2 seats to fit 2 minifigures. I like how they kind of give a hallway to lead to the cockpit. So to connect the pod from Thor's weapon quest, all you have to do is focus on these little Technic pins, slide them into the little receiving holes at the bottom of the ship, and once you get that in, you put these little panels down on here, and those just connect to those two studs, and then you put these panels down, and now the ship looks so much better. So for this gauntlet holder, there's a double cheese slope on each one of these sides with the same sticker on it. I kind of wish that was printed because it's annoying putting the same sticker on 4 different pieces. But all you do is you put the little Infinity Gauntlet right there, and it's just a nice little side build. I actually like this. It's useful, and it doesn't make it unnecessarily big or anything like that, so it detracts from the main build. But that's it for the builds of this set. Let's take a look at the packaging and then final verdict. So here is a box for this set. It's one of those long $60 to $70 box sizes, and the back has some little play features right here. The instructions are actually a nice material, and inside they have an ad for some of the sets and another ad right here. So overall, this is an interesting case, because a lot of people are disappointed how the Thanos minifigure turned out, but we haven't seen the movie, so we don't know if he wears these shoulder pads and helmet. It may just be the promotional material in some of the earlier scenes where he doesn't have that on. I do like that Infinity Gauntlet mold. I think that is so freaking cool, and that was a great idea, how it's just one that you plug in as a hand. Also, the Star-Lord and Gamora minifigures aren't too exciting to me. I especially don't like how they redid Star-Lord in here. They didn't even change anything up, and they didn't even add that updated face. And the Iron Man is the same as the Sanctum Sanctorum, except it has those jet boosters, which I don't really like the jet boosters, but it is an exclusive variant if you look at it that way, if you consider the stickers and everything like that. Now, the actual ship itself, I'm satisfied with. I like it better than when I first saw it, I will say that, because it does have a lot of inside room, which I love when vehicles have inside rooms. What I don't like, though, is some little details, like how the side panels just keep falling off, and how that back does look so empty if you don't have that $20 set. I do, but I think it was an interesting take. Instead of making this like a $90 set, they made it a little bit cheaper and just split the two sets up. But it doesn't look complete if you don't have that $20 set, at least from the back. So as a whole, I'd actually rate this one a B. I think it's a good deal for $70. It's not one of the best deals out there, and it's not perfect. It's actually kind of far from perfect, but it's still, I think, a good enough set for kids and adults alike, because it does have a very interesting look to that ship, even if it is maybe another Milano. Again, we'll have to see the movie. So that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.